Thanks to the generosity of donors and the success of this program, I'm pleased to announce that the College of Education will be working with Advancement in External Relations to formalize an endowment in the Crystal Apple Society name with a $20,000 starting gift beginning this year. This endowment will result in 2 scholarships per year for education majors and will continue to grow as future Crystal Apple Society donations are received. So according to the National Center for Education Statistics, in the 2016-2017 academic year, roughly 50.4 million children attended public schools in the United States, with an additional 5.2 million attending private schools. And they've been educated by approximately 3.5 million teachers. Likewise, roughly 20.5 million students were expected to attend American colleges and universities this year, with those universities awarding over 1 million associate's degrees, 1.9 million bachelor's degrees, 798,000 master's degrees, and 181,000 doctoral degrees. Considering these figures, it's safe to say that educators play no small role in shaping the future.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This has become one of the special moments in the history of this university for 5 years now, I believe. I remember the first one very, very well, and it was a much smaller group. And so we are growing, and I think it's so appropriate that we are growing because it speaks to the importance and the power of education. One thing I do want to say before I start is that Jordan and Susan Barkley have been here now for 3 years. And this is a dynamic couple that is making an incredible difference at this university and in this community. I know from the time I have to spend in College Station that Dr. Barkley is one of the leaders of the Deans of College Education across the Texas A&M system and clearly being recognized across the state of Texas. And so I want to make sure that we have an opportunity to say thank you to both of the Barkleys for your great work. Thank you so much. You truly have brought inspiration, I think, to this college in powerful ways. I didn't know that we're leading up to Education Week, but it explains why yesterday Matt and I and several other people in this room were in this room yesterday with Cornerstone Church, and they were celebrating teachers. And I feel compelled to tell you something that I told them yesterday because of the teachers that are in this room. One of the things I talked about was that you've heard this quote by Yeats, that teachers don't feel the pell, they light the fire. They light the fire. And that is part of what it is that we're celebrating tonight, is people that have truly not only taught the facts. Teachers are supposed to know the facts, obviously, but Google helps them with that in considerable ways these days. But they are indeed supposed to inspire and motivate and change lives. And at the end of the day, that's really what we are celebrating as part of this event, is those future lives that are going to be changed because of the teachers that we're honoring this evening. They are truly lighting that fire that is so important in the lives of our students.
It was mentioned earlier that our group tonight represents a very unique group. And actually, it is the kind of group that we wanted to do in the first place. The College of Education saw this award as a way of recognizing people who are new to the profession as an educator and those who have dedicated their lives to education. And so this gives us an opportunity to recognize those who are starting out in their career and have already made their mark, and those who are concluding their career with retirement and perhaps moving on to other things. Our first recipient tonight, and I'm going to read the bio, and then I'm going to ask them to come forward and receive their crystal apple. Our first recipient tonight is Ms. Carolyn Boggs. Ms. Boggs received her bachelor's and master's degree from the University of North Texas in Child Development with kindergarten certification. She has additional certifications from Texas Tech University, guns up, and Texas A&M University. After teaching at Springtown High School, she raised and homeschooled 3 adopted children, 2 with special needs. In 1996, she began teaching child development courses for Weatherford College. She has worked for Holy Family Institute and became program director for the clinic in Fort Worth service for children with central information processing disorders. She became a full-time faculty member at Weatherford College in 2005 and teaches in the early education department. According to her students, one thing that must be said about Ms. Boggs is that she can't help but be an outstanding instructor. She is a wealth of knowledge and a well of kindness, always glad to answer questions, patient with our issues, and accommodating to the end. Another student shared, "The first day of class, Ms. Boggs wrote her famous question on the board." I love this. "Why do we teach?" Everyone offered answers. Ms. Boggs listed them all on the board, acknowledging the merit of each one. When we had run out of responses, she finally erased them all and replaced them with these words: "We teach to learn." That response has a lasting impact on me, one student wrote. "Because of Mrs. Boggs, when I teach, I also actively and consciously seek to learn. What a reward to have such a rich purpose." Carolyn Boggs has been married for 42 years and has 2 custodial grandchildren and 5 other grandchildren. As if all of her professional activities aren't enough, she loves tent camping, oh, Boy Scout days come back, hiking, crafts, and needlework. Please honor Ms. Carolyn Boggs. Our next honoree is Lisa Chambers. Lisa received her bachelor's degree in education from Dallas Baptist University and her master's degree in educational leadership from Lamar University. She is the 5th and 6th grade response to intervention teacher at Gilbert Intermediate in Stephenville, Texas. This is her 16th year as a public school educator, serving in Cleburne, Duncanville, Cedar Hill, Mansfield, Venus, and Grandview districts. Prior to coming to Gilbert Intermediate, Lisa's experience ranged from teaching English language arts, math, social studies, and even special education. She also taught English as a second language, and then served as a curriculum coordinator for grades K through 12 in English and social studies. I'm tired just listening to that. Last year, she received Teacher of the Year from Gilbert Intermediate, Secondary Teacher of the Year for Stephenville ISD, and the other districts she served as well, she was also honored. She has received the Hanks Hometown Hero for Stephenville, awarded by a local radio station. Lisa believes that her small contribution every day behind a small round table covered in pencils and papers is more than the pursuit of knowledge. It is the building of relationships that help students discover their talents and become all they were meant to be. One of her students summed it up when she said, "Ms. Chambers genuinely cares about her students and strives to help us reach success." Lisa is married to Brent Chambers and has 2 married sons and is expecting her first grandchild in September. Lisa Chambers. Let us honor her. Our next honoree is Kathy COLLUM. For more than 2 decades, Kathy COLLUM has been teaching children in Huckabee. Those who know her best say that Kathy teaches more than reading, writing, and arithmetic. Those are the first lines of the latest newspaper article written about Miss COLLUM, the second grade teacher from Huckabee Elementary. A professional educator with more than 22 years of experience, her masterful command of the art of teaching is daily expressed with a style and grace uncommon in the world today. Her students master the curriculum with outstanding results, surpassing all expectations. More importantly, with Ms. COLLUM's guidance, her students master the art of the golden rule through respect, dignity, and gratitude. Ms. COLLUM has earned numerous awards throughout her teaching career, including the Jack Harvey Fellowship Award, one of her highest achievements. Her pride resides in second-generation students coming into her class. The development of strong bonds to the community through her class, and her husband Dale, her two sons Scott and Matt, and her daughter-in-law Samantha. With as many lives as she has touched, Ms. COLLUM is the personification of Christy McAuliffe's inspiring words, "I touch the future, I teach. There is no better person for this calling." Students have said that Ms. COLLUM is a wonderful teacher, and you can tell that she loves teaching. Let us honor Kathy COLLUM. Our next honoree is Sharon Dunn Fowler. Oh my goodness, I see Shannon almost every day in our building. And I'm really, really proud to be able to read this tonight. Shannon received her bachelor's degree from Murray State University with a degree in early childhood education and her master's degree in professional studies from George Mason University. She has been a kindergarten and second grade teacher and an instructor in the curriculum department at Tarleton State University. Her colleagues say that she works tirelessly with the interdisciplinary studies certification students to ensure their success as classroom teachers. She also teaches the first year seminar and engages freshmen in the process of understanding the demands of becoming a teacher, and that's a rude awakening for some. One of her students noted, "I have had the pleasure of being in Ms. Fowler's education classes since my sophomore year at Tarleton State University. Every semester that I spent with Ms. Fowler, I grew tremendously as a future teacher. She has a passion for teaching that is indescribable, and her presence in the room immediately brings joy to anyone around." Wow, what a gift. Another student added, "Mrs. Fowler has a talent for making lessons engaging and interesting. She loves what she does, and she truly wants her students to succeed. She makes education seem effortless and natural, not only through her classroom presence, but also through the encouragement she gives all her students." Let us honor Shannon Fowler. Our next honorees are a couple. They came to Tarleton as a couple. I'm digressing from the remarks. I have known them as a couple. Our daughters grew up together. Our daughters married spouses from outside the United States. Our daughters have done wonderful things together, and it is my great pleasure to be able to present the HAWKEs tonight. Both Laurie and Mike have dedicated their lives to education and their unwavering desire to drive to enable every student to believe in himself or herself. They have devoted almost half a century to inspiring the next generation of students, especially those in education. The Tarleton Professional Educators Chapter asked students, and they nominated these two individuals, to share why they have so much love for the Hawks, and the number one theme was they make a point to get to know their students and form relationships with each one. Members also said they are always willing to learn about lifestyles and cultures they do not understand. They go above and beyond to ensure that every student knows that he or she is respected. They do whatever it takes to inspire their students. Students also say that the Hawks have the ability to ignite a fire and instill a passion for education in every person they meet, in every class. One of Dr. LAURIE HAWKE's students said, "She is always on top of everything and inspires her students to be the best and get organized." Yeah, she encourages me to do that too. She pushes students to make their own decisions and supports them unconditionally. She has a passion for helping others be successful, and that is clear to everyone. I know this other part is true too. One of Dr. Mike Hawke's students said, "Dr. Hawke is the best storyteller you will ever meet." He utilizes his own experiences to connect content to real life, and that enables students to see the value in everything he teaches. Another student commented, "Dr. Hawke is always willing to clarify any questions students have. He is every student's biggest cheerleader." Wow. The Hawks have 2 children and 1 grandchild, and I hear they may be soon relocating in Arizona. Please honor Drs. LAURIE and Michael Hawke. They just informed me that 2 of the other honorees are their students. Isn't that amazing? Our next honoree is Ms. Kim Kaiser. Ms. Kaiser has her bachelor's degree from Tarleton State University and is a graduate of the Teammate, that's the Accelerated Teacher Education Program. Good news. They're about to celebrate 30 years. She has taught for Mineral Wells School District as a kindergarten and first grade teacher before coming to Stephenville School District, where she has taught kindergarten, elementary social studies, and science, and currently teaches 5th grade English language arts. In addition to her teaching, she has served as a presenter at professional conferences and has been selected as Teacher of the Year at Gilbert Intermediate School, and has been a recipient of the Jack Harvey Fellowship Award. In her philosophy of teaching, Ms. Kaiser said, "My greatest desire is that my students will look back on their education and remember me as a crazy," I love this, "fun-loving teacher that took time to tend their hurts, protect them from harm, and most of all, cause them to love learning." In nominating her for the Crystal Apple Award, one of her students said, "She always believes in us. She sets the bar high, does not accept excuses, and helps us reach our potential." Another added, "It is teachers like Ms. Kaiser who inspire greatness and leave a lasting impression." In nominating Mrs. Kaiser, one parent said, "Rita Pearson is quoted as saying that every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists that they become the best they can possibly be." 5th graders at Gilbert Intermediate are fortunate to have that champion in Kim Kaiser. Let us honor Kim Kaiser. She also has my grandson. And probably stories she could tell me. Oh my goodness, this next one is really tough because this is a close personal friend. So what do you say? We spent last Easter with them in New York City. Stories I could tell you, but I digress. I'll stay with the script. Our next honoree is Sina Lise. Sina has her bachelor's degree from Tarleton State University in elementary education with kindergarten certification. And in case you do not know, she does bleed purple. You can test it. She is a retired teacher who taught elementary school in Weatherford, Edna, Georgetown, as well as being a kindergarten teacher at Stepping Stones, where she had my children, Eagles Nest Christian School in Georgetown, and Georgetown Christian School. She has also served as the testing supervisor in the Student Counseling Center at Texas A&M University. Although retired officially from teaching, Sina is anything but retired. She currently serves as the coordinator of food distribution for Backpack Buddies that helps to provide food on the weekend for students in need, and that organization currently serves hundreds of students in the Stephenville area. She is also active in her church, serving in numerous leadership roles, and as a board member on the Tarleton Alumni Association. Most recently, she has served on the Tarleton Committee that has planned the TAMU System Centennial Celebration for this year. In nominating her for this award, friends and colleagues say that Sina models what it is like to be a lifelong learner and teacher. She gives unselfishly in whatever she is undertaking and supports and sustains others in any endeavor. Another said of her passion for helping kids and making a difference in the lives of young people has continued through her service with Backpack Buddies. That is a reality for every public school in Erath County. Ladies and gentlemen, let us honor Sina Lise. You're avoiding me. Our next honoree is Dr. Julie Merriman, also a dear friend. Dr. Merriman is a newly promoted, this afternoon we celebrated, Associate Professor and Department Head for the Department of Counseling at Tarleton State University. She received her doctorate in counselor education from Texas Tech University, guns up, and her master's degree in counseling from Tarleton State University, where she worked with two of her colleagues, Dr. Albrecht and Dr. Duncan. Prior to coming to Tarleton as a faculty member, Dr. Merriman served as an administrator for Baylor University's Career Counseling Center. She also served as a public school counselor and directed a hospital adolescent psychiatric unit. She also directed an in-home counseling project that was funded for over $1 million in grants from the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Dr. Merriman has worked with numerous state and local agencies to serve children and adults who need advocates for mental health support. Julie is an officer spouse. I did not know this about her. And has been a consultant for the Texas Department of Public Safety State Troopers Psychological Services in matters of secondary traumatic stress. You'll have to ask her about that. She has also worked with numerous police departments on secondary traumatic stress and officer suicide. Since I have a son-in-law who's an officer, I may need to visit with you, Dr. Merriman. In nominating her for the Crystal Apple Society honor, colleagues said, Dr. Merriman is a lifelong educator who has changed the lives of thousands of students throughout the state of Texas. From her beginnings as a school counselor to her current role as the head of the Department of Counseling at Tarleton, Julie exemplifies what it means to be a true educator. Another added, for her colleagues and students, she models a passion for helping others. Dr. Merriman has been a model counselor and has led the professional counseling program into becoming a vibrant academic experience for students in Stephenville, Waco, and Fort Worth. Let us honor Dr. Julie Merriman. I love this next honoree, someone who has just started their career, and yet someone recognizes such potential in this individual. Our next honoree is Brandon Moore. Mr. Brandon Moore is a relatively new member of the profession of teaching, having recently received his bachelor's degree from Tarleton State University in kinesiology, where he was also a student athlete and letterman. I'm told he came to Tarleton to play football and followed his older brother. According to Coach Moore, teaching runs in his family, as his older brother is also a coach. Brandon currently serves as a physical educator, health teacher, and coach for Stephenville ISD and hopes to remain in the district and in the area. In nominating him for membership in the Crystal Apple Society, one of his students said, Coach Moore is a great teacher and coach. He cares about our safety and how physically fit we can be. Another added, Coach Moore pushes us like a good coach should and never settles for anything less than our best. He has been a positive influence on me and my teammates. Let us honor Coach Brandon Moore. Our next honoree teaches my granddaughter, so there's a little connection here as well. Mindy Pope. Ms. Mindy Pope received her bachelor's degree from Tarleton State University in English. After graduation, she taught in Iredell ISD, then saw the error of her ways and joined the Stephenville High School faculty as the theater teacher. This is her 18th year in education, and she currently coaches UIL Film and had a film place at State this year. Oh, it gets better. She also coaches UIL Theatrical Design and had 11 members of her team place at State, with 2 winning individual state championships in their categories, and the SHS theater team won the 2017 4A theater team state championship. Yes! In nominating her for the Crystal Apple Society honor, one student said, she has gone above and beyond what was expected to make sure that her students were comfortable and confident in their environment, whether on the stage, in the classroom, or beyond. Another student added, she works hard to make sure her students always feel loved and encourages them to do their best. She builds confidence in those who might otherwise lose their voice and gives courage to students who feel the need to be empowered. A parent said, Ms. Pope's year-round efforts to bring fine arts to the students in Stephenville is evident in the incredible theater program she has developed at Stephenville High School. A colleague said of her, she has been instrumental in helping every student who passes through her classroom door reach their full potential and find their direction. She has incredible dedication, kindness, and a phenomenal ability to turn the everyday drama of life into real theatrical art. Let us honor Mindy Pope. Our next honoree is Misty Schultz. Misty graduated from Tarleton State University with a Bachelor's of Science in Art with all-level certification. She currently serves as the 7th and 8th grade art teacher at Henderson Junior High School in Stephenville, Texas. She also teaches the advanced art class to 8th graders, which is for high school credit. In addition to her teaching responsibility, Misty also serves as the sponsor for the student leadership group called Student in Touch. In nominating her for the Crystal Apple Honor, one student said, Ms. Schultz is an amazing teacher. She sees potential in every student. She didn't have me as an art student. Another student added, Ms. Schultz has a gift for building relationships with her students, and we absolutely adore her because she truly cares for us. Another said, Ms. Schultz has a special way of relating to her students. And one parent said, she is such a bright young teacher that touches lives. My daughter has 2 years of art with her, and she is a truly wonderful gifted teacher. Our district and community are truly blessed to have such a gifted art teacher. Let us honor Misty Schultz. Our next honoree, I'm departing from script, has gotten frantic emails or phone calls from me when I was in Waco, desperately needing help. Annette Scott. Annette Scott received her Bachelor of Applied Arts and Sciences and her Master's of Science, Management, and Leadership from Tarleton State University. She currently serves as the director of the University Center at McLennan Community College in Waco. Prior to that, she was the Extended Campus Education Specialist and Senior University Center Specialist. Faculty from the Tarleton who teach at the University Center in Waco know how valuable Annette is and how supportive she is of all that we do there. Anytime faculty or staff need anything, she is there to help and support all the learning for students. In nominating her for the Crystal Apple Honor, colleagues said, individuals can influence learners and encourage success in many ways. Ms. Scott's impact, although not directly in the classroom, has come in the role of academic advisor and leader of the McLennan Community College's University Center. Another said, though Annette's work as associate director and now director of the University Center, she has helped design articulation plans and encouraged and directed McLennan students into the appropriate degree completion options. A student commented about her support as he was trying to make his way through the maze of higher education and said, without her support and encouragement, I might not have made it. I am so thankful to her and for her. Annette is married to David Scott and has 2 daughters, a son-in-law and a grandson. Let us honor Annette Scott. Our next honorees are dear personal friends. Oh my gosh, there's a theme here. Debbie and Stuart Burton. After graduating from Henderson State University in Arkansas, Stuart began his teaching career as a band director in schools in Arkansas. He then came to Texas, where he served as a teacher, assistant principal, and fine arts director of the Grapevine ISD. He obtained his master's degree in public school administration from the University of North Texas and his school administration certification from Texas Women's University. He then served as the director of fine arts and director of procurement for 10 years in Keller ISD. Later, he moved to Houston, Texas, where he became the director of the Cooperative Purchasing Network at Region 4 Education Service Center. His work with the network led to him forming his own company, KATA, which focused on cooperative purchasing for government agencies. After graduating from Henderson State University in Arkansas, I see a theme here, Debbie began her teaching career as an elementary teacher in the schools of Arkansas. In fact, she said the first place they taught, she wanted to leave there quickly. She earned her master's degree in administrative supervision and curriculum from the University of North Texas and her administrative certification from Texas Women's University. Later, she served as a classroom teacher, assistant principal to the Grapevine Colleyville School District. In Houston, she has served as a principal, central office director, and chief of staff of a large high school. Most recently, Debbie served on the leadership team through Region 13 Education Service Center that created the leadership training program, Advancing Educational Leadership, for all Texas school administrators. Stuart and Debbie have served as music ministers for their churches, and most recently, Debbie has accepted the position of adult education director for her church, while Stuart has been active in leading a prison ministry. Those who know the Verdons best know that they are caring and giving people. One colleague said, Stuart and Debbie are the go-to people if you need help. As educators, they were always unselfish in the classroom. As community members, they are equally unselfish in meeting the needs of those around them. Let us honor Debbie and Stuart Verdon. I was actually surprised to learn that our next honoree has been at Tarleton longer than I have. And so that's quite she was a child prodigy when she started at Tarleton. Our next honoree is Penny Wright. Penny received her bachelor's and master's degrees in physical education before kinesiology from Tarleton State University. Before completing her master's, Penny started as a lecturer in the physical education department and was promoted to instructor and then assistant professor during her tenure at Tarleton. She has served in numerous roles. It's unbelievable during her 40-plus years at Tarleton, including, bless your heart, director of the Texan Stars dance team, women's volleyball coach, I did not know that, director of the aerobic public service program which she started, director of the pool facility in which we often had conversations, and advisor in the Academic Advising Center. In nominating her for the Crystal Apple Honor, colleagues say that she has been a stalwart member of the Department of Kinesiology at Tarleton State University. One said, Penny Wright is the epitome of the virtues that support the Crystal Apple Society. I thought that was beautifully said. This university is better because of her. Let us honor Penny Wright. One thing that tonight has taught me is that in Stephenville, you almost can't throw a rock and hit somebody that doesn't have some connection to the Beach family. Dan Young completed his bachelor's at Sul Ross State University. He has been teaching history and everything about plants since the 1960s. He was inspired, I was so delighted to know this, by his mentor, Dr. O.A. Grant, and completed his master's in history and teacher certification, and taught history and social studies for over 30 years in several school districts, with his final years of public school teaching in Hyco, Texas. Although always a teacher at heart, Dan continues to teach as an instructor at Weatherford College. He is constantly seeking new material and revising lectures and activities to make history relevant. Quite a challenge. If he's not reading about history or planning his lessons, you will find him in his garden. There you will learn about plants and how Native Americans used various plants. He will have you smell and taste the different plants in his garden. You may also be invited to see his arrowhead collection, something that he began as a teenager. Dan models what it is like to be a lifelong learner and has become a member of the Galt Society of Archaeology and accompanies archaeologists on digs all over the Central Texas area. Recently, he has started writing a history of the Bosque River. Those who know Dan best say he is one of the most inquisitive minds you will ever meet, the true gift of a teacher. Let us honor Dan Young.
I kind of feel like instead of 6 degrees of separation with Kevin Bacon, it's Don Beach, because he's connected to everybody in Erath County, apparently. So I'm sure you've all noticed tonight has been a very special evening and would not have been so without the assistance of many here on campus. So please join me in thanking our pianist for the evening, Miss Mackenzie Moore, as well as our student ambassador, Miss Marissa Pena. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank Mrs. Allison Chapman, Ms. Christina Tacchini for photographing this evening's celebration, as well as Mr. Mike Simpson for capturing the evening on video. As always, we extend a thank you to Sodexo for a wonderful meal and stellar service. And lastly, please join me in thanking Mr. James Lair, Ms. Sue Goodman, and Ms. Tracy Rogers for their attention to detail and planning make this event a success every single year.